So now we are in South Africa in Paarl with our Halloween wine. This is Cinsault from the Blacksmith, Barebones Cinsault. So yes, I picked it because of Halloween, but I also picked it because we really like it. We've carried this wine for the last, I think, 3 vintages from Tremaine Smith at this point. And it's just like a lovely light red. So if you're dreams, I mean, it's light extraction. I would say the color is honestly not that light, but if you want to have, your like blood wine or whatever, it's not going to be the deep dark one that you are kind of expecting from the skull bottle. So so Tremaine makes wines mainly with Chenin and with Cinsault, and he does some beautiful different stuff. We also have his Chenin Pet Nat in our 12 club this month. And he has, I don't know exactly how much land, a small amount, not very many hectares. And he has about 3 different projects. So we have a bunch from the Barebones one. We also have Hell Yeah Pinotage from him. That's pretty fun. If you haven't had Pinotage before, it's a really great example of it. But yeah, let's focus on the Cinsault. So on the nose, very like light red fruit on the top. It's honestly like cranberries with like strawberries. It's like a little bit like heavy rosé-esque in like at least the top part of what I'm getting. Very like crunchy. I don't know if I like the word crunchy in wine, so I don't use it that much, but like this is definitely what the wine people would call like a crunchy red wine, especially from what I'm getting on top. Then on the bottom, or wait, let's go side and bottom. So it also has, some minerality to it. I would say it's like, I don't do the rocks, but not wet rocks is what I would say. Some sort of dry minerality to it. Almost like dusty, or like you're like walking down the road. There's like some like dust rolls up and there's like bramble next to it that like pops up on your nose. That's a little bit what this tastes or smells like. But yeah, just light. It's very light, even in the way that it smells. So now let's talk about the texture. Cinsault is just so lovely. It's like perfect for the people that are not sure if they really like red wine. It's great for glou. So like I put it in for probably 25-ish minutes. If you want it to go for longer, you certainly could. You would probably miss some of like the dusty, like lighter notes that I was just talking about, and you just get generally like the brambly berry stuff that we talked about at the beginning. But it's just like, it's light. Though I will say actually, it's like it's got a little bit of like roundness. I mean, like a little bit of like even creaminess. Like normally I talk about creaminess with white wines, but again, like honestly, like this is not at all a white wine, but this is definitely like what I would call like a white conversion wine, trying to get white wine drinkers into red wine. I would give this to my mom, trying to get her to like red wines. So I could see how that would be coming through here. And I'm assuming it's just coming from like mallow and lees contact. Like it's got like a really fresh, creamy finish to it. So it's nice. Like it's not going to stand with red meat, even though it's a red wine. I would just not do it. I would say you keep it with your white meats, like your chickens and your turkeys. Oh, if you miss Halloween, great for Thanksgiving. Excellent for Thanksgiving. Put it with your turkeys, with your chickens. Put it with your porks. Like you can put it with tenderloin. Put it with a pork. What's it called? With the bone in it. T-bone. No, is that steak? I don't know. Whatever, the pork with the bone in it. Pork chop. There we go. Put it with that. Put it with a cheese plate. So good with a cheese plate. With some charcuterie. It's gonna go great there. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I'm saying a lot of meats, and that's like the direction I'm going with it, but like it's such a light wine. Honestly, like you could even put it with like salmon if you had like a sauce on the salmon. Like, yeah, I'm not that committed to that. I don't say that with 100% confidence, but I feel like you could do it because it's just a lighter red. So that gives you a lot of options. But yeah, generally just think about it like a very light red or like a heavier white, and what would you do with it? Do that with it. And just take it to your Halloween party. It's light, it's easy to drink. You could drink it without anything for sure. So if you just need to bring a wine to the Halloween party, it's your go-to. Enjoy.